For coming to the Stand-Up Comedy Collective's final show of the year. Wake up and smell the comedy. It is really fucking hot in here. We apologize for that, but we're just gonna ignore it. We're gonna ignore it. We're gonna lighten the mood. We're gonna chill at the place with some very good jokes. I'm very excited. We have a lot of funny comics, so I'm not gonna take up too much of your time. But before I hand it off to the first comic, I do want to tell you one story. I was recently on the website twitter.com, if you know it. I heard booze, that's the appropriate reaction. And I came across this man who had a profile, and his bio said thusly, I'm gonna quote verbatim. It said, "Ripping up the vag 24/7. Ripping up the vag 24/7. Some context. He was not the nicest looking man. His profile is shirtless avatar with a giant beard. Huge man, huge, very aggressively muscular man, like a futon did CrossFit. We get the mental picture. So his profile, his bio was ripping up the vag 24/7. I have some questions. First question, why? Why at all? Why would you do? The internet gives us such wonderful opportunities to brand ourselves, to put our best foot forward, to edit what the world sees from us. And this guy looked at that bio and just said, yeah, that's gonna be who I am. Yeah, that's gonna be my brand. But poor word choice. Can we all agree with that? Why ripping? Why ripping? What party is that good for? I don't think his, definitely not the woman's. To be fair to him, there's no verb in that would make it better. There's no verb, blank up the vag 24/7, that would make any woman in America go, yeah, I really like this guy. I like this short little introduction to him. Why the vag? Who talks like that? Why not just ripping up vag? Ripping up vages. What? Who says the vag? The optimist in me says that the vag is a mountain. And he rips it up by skiing. I sincerely doubt that's the case. And it's because this reason. I don't think anyone that muscular skis. I don't have the data to back that up, but it feels very right. Are you guys ready for your first comic? Is relatively new to the Tufts comedy scene, but he's already one of my absolute favorite performers. Folks, give it up for Matt Stewart.
Hello, hello, hello. What's up? Okay. So, I always like to think that my life is kind of a movie. I think that's really the only way to live your life. And as a kid, a lot of people will identify with a character. So if you're a lonely kid, you might identify with Harry Potter. If you're a misunderstood kid, you identify with Luke Skywalker or something. I identify with the brave little toaster. Cold and mechanical on the outside, warm and full of toast on the inside. Okay, my life's not a movie. We learned that, okay? So, I'll give you some context. In high school, I had this crush on this girl, and it was one of those deals where, whenever I was single, she was in a relationship. Whenever she was single, I was single, but, afraid. So what happened was, we get to the end of the year, we're both single, okay? And I want to show her that I'm interested. So, follow her on Spotify. Like all her Venmo charges, okay? We're doing great. I see her at a party, okay? And I think, it's all gonna come together tonight. So we start talking, we admit we have feelings for each other, and I'm thinking, this is like a movie. So we start making out, and then things change. She stops and goes, "You're not Jewish, right?" What? And so I say, why is that even remotely relevant? That's kind of a weird thing to say. She's like, well, it's not like I thought you were black. Whoa, okay, wow. The brave little toaster would never accidentally hook up with an anti-Semitic girl. And you know what? She's not a brave little toaster. She's the exact opposite of a brave little toaster. She is microwavable macaroni and cheese. Okay? Hot on the outside, cold on the inside. So I had this high school nemesis. We never got along. We always hated each other. We were always single at the same time. So what happened was, at this one party, I had been drinking. He decided that he was going to try to fight me. And I thought, this is gonna be like a movie. He's gonna do something to me and be like, back off, and he'd never fight me again. So he grabs me by my shirt, and I thought he was gonna hit me, and instead of saying yo man, piss off or something, I go, if you touch me, I will kill you and eat your corpse. That's my set. I'll see you guys later.
Let's do it, everyone. The bravest, toastiest boy in stand-up comedy. Your next performer, I'm very excited about. She's the queen of puns and oh so much fun. Guys, give it up for Laura Donovan.
This is too tall for me, just in spirit. Anyone here ever gone to take one of those oblong Advils, but it just ended up being a kidney bean? My life is in shambles right now. Anyway, the other day I was going down Pro Row, and I saw a guy walking his dog off leash. I was like, this can't be good. Sure enough, all of a sudden the dog starts chasing a squirrel into the road, and then the guy yells, "Please stop!" And the dog stops. And the guy yells, "Thank you!" Proving that social convention is the tightest leash of all. I have a lot of fears. They know. My worst fear is I walk into a mostly full bathroom, so I have to use the handicap stall. But while I'm in there, everyone else leaves. And then when I come out, there's just a line of people in wheelchairs applauding sarcastically, like, what would I do? My second worst fear is waking up immobilized during my own autopsy. What would I do? Suffer. Suffer a lot. When I was 13 years old, I was part of the skiing program, and I was just starting to learn how to ski, so I was pretty bad at it. My legs were very unsteady. I had little chicken ankles or whatever. I could basically only get anywhere by pointing my feet downward and praying. But after my first lesson, where I was feeling pretty confident, I'd mastered the theory of turning at least. So me and my friend decided to take on the real, actual mountain. And our plan went great up until we got to the top, and my skis fell off. So at that point, instead of asking for help, which would have been the right course of action for a 13-year-old who also did not know how to ski, I decided, well, if I can't ski down the mountain, I might as well try running. So I handed my skis to my friend and I said, "I'll meet you at the bottom," and I took off. And I figured she took off also. I never really checked. She got down there somehow. I think I saw. But it must have been I had no skis at this point. She had double skis. It must have been the sight to see. Especially because I was wearing those funny skiing boots for skiing. So I was running kind of and I was, as I said, zero skis. Everyone else on the mountain had at least one or more skis or snowboards. Respect to snowboards, I can't do that. I shouldn't do that, but all the power to you. So I'm just kind of jogging down the mountain. And a lot of people passed me because I was going pretty slow, and I feel like they must have just looked at me and been like, "Does she know?" I did. Anyway, at the end of all that, I was a lot more confident skiing because the worst had already happened. Also, my cows were super buff. I guess that you could say that's the story of how I got my ski legs.